What is up, my WAP movie realists? Once again, I am Matt, and I'm back for another real review. Today's review is for Reminders of Him. Um, this movie was a pleasant surprise for me. Listen, I don't know how many of you saw my review for the other Universal Studios film that Colleen Hoover's that is a Colleen Hoover adaptation that came out within the last 6 months. But suffice to say, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. I did call it white people shit the movie. Just being 110% honest about where I stood or where I stand on that film. This film I didn't feel that way about. I did have I was able to grasp onto this more. I was able to get behind it more. And honestly, it was one of those movies where I was sold from, I want to say, the jump, because it's a story about a redemption, more so redemption, showing how we grow as humans, that our past doesn't define us, that our baggage doesn't define us. And yeah, it's a chick flick. I review everything, and I try to go into everything with an open mind. I'll be honest, I walked into this dreading seeing this because of how much I was not a fan of Regretting You. Reminders of Him is not regretting you. It's actually something I'd probably rewatch. Maika Monroe, Tyriq Withers, Lauren Graham, Bradley Whitford. This film has such a stellar cast that plays their roles each perfectly that you feel for everyone. You understand everyone's perspective and point of view. It's not like a film, and I'm going to keep comparing it to Regretting You because they're both Universal Studios films that are based off Colleen Hoover books, where it felt like everyone in that movie was a messy piece of trash and not good human beings. These are genuinely good people who are just trying to get through the day by day and deal with grief and growing past their own mistakes. That is why I was able to get behind this movie. And I think ultimately that's why a lot of people will enjoy it as much as they do. Maika Monroe, who's normally known as one of the final girls in today's horror, whether it be It Follows or Long Legs or so many other horror projects that she's been involved in, is mesmerizing on screen. She's great. Tyriq Withers, brother, you had such a strong entrance on the scene in your episode of Atlanta, and I feel like your agent isn't getting you the right stuff. But here's the thing: you shine in those roles that you're given, and this is one that is just like that. He is an absolute star in the making. He was arguably the best part of I Know What You Did Last Summer. Last summer when the reboot released, he was one of the better two parts of him, the other being Marlon Wayans, and now he's one of the shining stars of this film. Are they great? Are any of those films great films? No. However, he's great in his performances for them, and that's what I think helps this film ultimately. It's a story about Kenna, who is coming back to her late boyfriend's hometown. She was there when he died. She went to jail for vehicular manslaughter, even though that may not be exactly what happened. Who knows? Watch the movie, find out. And she is trying to atone for her sins so she can meet their daughter who she had while she was in prison. But here's the thing: her boyfriend's parents are now raising the daughter along with his best friend, and they're still dealing with the trauma of what they believe Kenna caused in the loss of their son and best friend. So when she unexpectedly meets his best friend and they start falling for one another, and he sees the kind of human being she really is, that's what we get with this film. And it is a nice little redemption story. It's sappy, it's cliche, but honestly, this probably would have been a hit if it had come out around Valentine's Day. It's not great by any means, but the performances are what kept me in it. I went back and forth. Ultimately, unlike Regretting You, which I gave a 3, acknowledging that this wasn't for me, this I'm giving a 3 because I think it is one of those films where, while it still isn't going to be for everyone, there is more in this that as a general audience someone can latch onto and connect with than there was something in Regretting You, which just was drama upon drama upon drama. Where this, it's just, while the romance is a nice side piece, the primary storyline, to me at least in my eyes, was her redeeming herself in the eyes of her, in her own eyes, as well as the eyes of those who cared about her late boyfriend Scotty the most. So that's my review for Regretting You. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't already, check out all the other reviews we got going on. Tomorrow, our Academy Awards preview with myself, Paige, and Jeff Altman drops. So be sure to tune in for all that fun stuff. But this weekend is Fan Expo here in Cleveland. So you'll be seeing videos drop throughout the weekend of different panels, of different, just how the con looks, everything. So come back and check all that out. And as long as reviews and trailers and all that keep coming, you'll get reviews and reactions here. So with that, signing off, I am Matt. This was another Real Review, and we'll see you next time.